Name and badge number, sir? Can I get your name and badge number, please?
Sure.
What is it?
Sergeant Shackelford.
Sergeant?
Yeah.
Your name's Shackelford. It's not Sergeant. Militarism police was done in 1929 by August Vollmer.
Okay, I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet and to the point, guys. The first police force showed up in 1828, founded by Sir Robert Peel. Now, here's what you need to know. Sir Robert Peel is credited with forming the first Metropolitan Police Force in London in 1828. His officers were affectionately known as bobbies, and their task was to keep the peace by peaceful means. This duty would eventually lead to the police also being referred to as peace officers, a designation that survives today and is actually a defined term in New York state law. So this is where I'm proving Chili wrong first. Peace officers did not start as soon as he thought it was. This goes all the way back to the 1820s. Right? So 1820s, 1830s is when we start seeing the first police forces being formed, and law enforcement, peace officers, that's what we're talking about. So let's go to when did police start showing up in the United States? Police departments began to appear in the United States between 1840 and 1860. Now, here's where I want people to pay attention. The concept of policing in the U.S. was based on the English idea. In other words, we seen what Robert Peel did with the first Metropolitan Police Departments, well, the first Metropolitan Police Department over in London. So we took that idea, and that's what we based our police departments on. Now, the rank structure. For us, we took the idea that Robert Peel had. Robert Peel based the rank structure off of the British military into the British Metropolitan Police when he founded them. And what did we do? Our police forces were organized on a quasi-military basis, meaning they had a rank structure similar to the military, although not exactly parallel to it. So here's where I'm proving Chili wrong this go round. The rank structure of using military-style rank in police forces, Chili, did not start in the 1920s like you said, you moron. We started this back in the 1840s and 1860s. They wore uniforms, patrolled the streets 24 hours per day, embodied Peel's concept of peace officers. And their job was to prevent and investigate crime and prevent disorder. In American police departments, all operations were first handled by the beat officers. Now, here's where we start coming into investigations and detectives. Gradually, the need for specialization became more apparent and detectives were added. The Boston Police Department, for example, was formed in 1854. At its inception, it consisted of 250 police officers, 6 of which were attached to the chief's office, and 5 detectives. And at first, as you read here, prior to the 1930s, police officers in the United States received their orders from local politicians, who also appointed them. Obviously, this led to a great deal of corruption and misuse of the police. However, beginning in the 1930s, United States police began to endorse the idea they were enforcers of the criminal law and should not be subject to the whims of local politicians. It was during this time that the law, especially the criminal law, became the primary source of police authority. Since that time, police departments across the country have become increasingly more specialized, depending more and more on scientific methods of police investigations. This is why we don't just go out and arrest people when we're told that they have done something wrong. We have to look into it and verify that they actually did something wrong. With Chile's system, all someone's got to do is say, hey, you know, this and this person right here, they did this crime, go get them. Chile's going to show up in a transparency bus, and if you refuse to get on the bus, he's going to beat the shit out of you. That's what his poppers are for. Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent. Guys, this is what I was talking about. Chile doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground, and he's trying to give you facts that aren't really facts. It's shit he's made up. Or shit he's read somewhere to believe he's correct, but he's wrong.